Hello strangers, how's it going? Mini Trigger here. So today I'm going to be bringing you a Black Desert Online tutorial about the basics of energy. So some things we will be going through is what is energy, how to gain energy, what energy is used for, and energy boosts. So energy is displayed in current energy over max energy. It can be located in the upper left of your screen in between your contribution points and your skill points. So let's start off with what is energy and what can energy be used for. So as you progress farther in the game, energy starts to play a more important role in Black Desert Online. So as basic as it could be, energy points will allow you to perform certain actions which will help you with your overall progression. So using your energy towards something like gathering per se will help you build ingredients later on for when you start processing. Gathering also includes actions such as like mining, cutting, picking up herbs, mushrooms, fluid collecting, and so on, all of which will cost energy to do. So energy can also be spent on contracting workers, which will use 5 energy per worker rolled. So this means every time you go for a new worker, it will consume 5 energy. And even things as greeting an NPC can use 3 energy per interaction. So let's move on to how to gain energy. So you could gain energy by accumulating knowledge. Yes, knowledge. So this can be done by discovering nodes in towns and cities, observing landmarks and certain objects, and even talking to NPCs marked with question marks on your minimap. All this will increase your total knowledge. So this is important because the more you know about the world, the more total energy you will have. So if you're in game and you press H, a knowledge menu will show up. This is everything you can learn about in BDO. From killing enemies and learning about their weaknesses to even having a quick chat with NPCs, this is all ways to increase your knowledge. This in turn increases your overall energy. So the thing about maximum energy is that it's always changing. So energy is directly tied with knowledge. As a game releases more content, like areas, NPCs, and enemies, it's able to increase the overall knowledge you're allowed to gain. So there isn't a definite cap on energy. The only cap there is would be based on the amount of content currently in the game. So the highest players in North America say they're about 450 to 500 without any buffs. Well, if they toss some potions and crystals in there, some players could hit over 500 pretty easily. And again, this is all dependent on the amount of current knowledge or content available in the game. So far I've gone through what is energy and what could it be used for. I've also gone through how to increase your total energy and a little bit into the discussion of knowledge. So now we're going to move on to the next part, which is the benefit of high energy. And also I'll go through a tiny bit of energy boosts. So earlier on I discussed energy as performing certain actions that help you with overall progression. So the interesting thing about energy is that it's split between all your characters. Although you'll have the same amount of total energy on each character, it's all in a different pool. Meaning that if you went on one character and used his energy and you hopped on your alternate account, he will have full energy. So this is important because it allows you to double, triple, quadruple your total amount of energy, which in turn will allow you to perform more actions in BDO. So the benefit of high energy. Let's take this scenario for example. Rough-stone is what we call a bottleneck in BDO. So when you're processing items or even building a fort, you'll need a lot of rough stone, or processed rough stone called polished stone. So thus you're going out to gather rough stone every hour or two to make sure your workers can keep making your advanced cooking and alchemy tables, etc, etc. Let's say you have 50 energy on 2 characters. This means you have about 100 energy to spend. This energy could be used to gather, let's say, about 150 rough stone, which in turn will get you about 30 polished stone. And this isn't enough to keep you happy. So you get frustrated and you decide to grind. You're sick of being at 0 energy all the time. So you go back to all those question marks you missed and you start a new character, and after a few hours you now have a total of 80 energy and another character to use. This means you have now 240 energy, over twice as much as you had before. So you go out and gather a bit longer than usual, but this time you end up with over 500 rough stone. That's over 75 polished stones, which will allow you to make 3 times more cooking tables than you had before. I just hope this gives you some insight of why your total energy and the amount of characters are very important. So last but not least, let's go over energy buffs. I'm in the marketplace and there are energy potions. You can consume these and they'll replenish your energy from 10 to 50. This depends on what size you decide to get. This can be good in certain circumstances, but it can be very pricey. So like if you're doing guild mission but you realize you have no energy on your characters, easy enough to buy one and then you can help contribute at least. Even if you're looking for unlimited energy, this can be possible, but it's not viable because the prices of these potions are expensive. You can also get energy tonic on the Pearl shop, or you could even get them through leveling your processing, but passive regain of energy is always the way to go. So here's some quick tips and an overview on energy. So energy allows you to perform actions to gain ingredients. More characters means more energy. Energy regenerates 1 point every 3 minutes if you are currently logged into that character. Inactive characters that are not logged in will gain 1 energy every 30 minutes. Energy is directly related to knowledge. The more knowledge, the more energy. And finally, the Blessing of Kamasilv will give you +2 energy boost per 3 minutes, allowing you to gain 3 energy every 3 minutes. Alright guys, thanks for watching my guide on energy. If you made it this far, I thank you. I hope you learned at least one thing while watching this guide that you didn't know before. And if you did and found this useful, leave a like, and if you found it useless, you know what to do. I'll be back with another video as soon as possible. Have a good one, strangers.